What is up, everyone? JRob back here again from Team NrG Golf Class, bringing you guys another guide video this week for the Ryder Cup. So this tournament guide this week, as well as last week, is going to be played with some live gameplay and followed up by some text guide. For all divisions here, the live gameplay is going to be played here from the front tee box, so a lot of you guys can get a good picture of how the course is going to be played. So before we jump into the content here and all of the holes, if you guys haven't already, definitely hit that subscribe button and like the video. It helps us grow the channel, and we are trying to hit that milestone at 1,000 subscribers right now, so don't miss out. We have a lot of big ideas coming up for the channel, but we are going to dive in deep here with the guide and get you guys dialed in. So let's move on to the first hole. Hey yo, what is up, guys? It is JRob back here again for another guide video this week, and this is hole number 1, par 4 for White Cliffs Golf Club. So what we're gonna do here is play this with I would recommend a katana ball or a side spin 3 ball here, and what we're going to do is use about 75% curl here, and you can use a little bit of overpower if you want, and you're going to be able to see, I use 2 bars here of topspin, but you can use about 4 to 5 bars of topspin here, potentially even 6, depending if you don't want to use overpower. But just get it down this fairway as far as you can. The further you get it down there, the easier that this shot is going to be. I would recommend using a full backspin approach here if you can. If not, get a little bit closer. You might have an end bringer shot here, or a little bit of a simpler shot here with a short iron that you could just use a few bars of backspin straight at the pin if you're a little bit closer, or you could just use a full backspin approach. But either way, this shot here is going to be played with a 10% elevation adjustment as well. So we're going to have to account for that a little bit, because you're going to be able to see here, I put about 4 bars of backspin on it, but it still came in a little bit over the hole there. Basically just, get it onto the green there. Pretty simple par 4, and then just, either you make the shot, good chance at an eagle, or you putt it in for a birdie. Alright, guys, so we're going to move on to the text guide here for hole number 1, par 4 for White Cliffs Golf Club here. So we can play this one basically the same way that we just watched in the live gameplay here as the red arrow, and that's going to be roughly about 4 bars of topspin here. If you put your target just about where I did there, it's going to be about 4 bars topspin, max right side spin, with every ball that you do have. And remember, if you are using a ball that has about 2 bars of side spin instead of 3, compensate for that. And if you're using a ball that has a little bit more than 3 bars, of side spin, just make sure that you don't use, too much curl, like, 100%, and 4 bars, 5 bars side spin, and you end up over there on the right side in the rough. But basically, just get yourself down that right-hand side fairway as much as you can. For rookie, again, that's going to be played here with a 10% elevation adjustment, and pro is going to be played with a 10% elevation adjustment as well, and expert and master are going to be played with a 20% elevation adjustment. So for expert and master here, you're going to see some people playing the blue arrowed approach here, but you'll also be able to play the red arrowed approach, but it's going to be a little bit more of a straight shot. You're going to be down further below, about straight behind where that bunker is, and you're going to be using full topspin and some right-hand side spin to bounce it just about straight over that bunker, using, just a little bit of curl instead of, really curling, that shot around, trying to get more distance down there, like we can in rookie or pro. But that's basically how it's going to be played there. The second shot here is going to be played with a 10% elevation adjustment as well, and it's just basically going to be your judgment as far as what shot style that you want to use as far as the full backspin approach, or just using like 4 to 5 bars of backspin to the hole, and making sure that you use your elevation and getting that wind adjustment correct. So good luck with this one, guys, and we're going to move on to hole number 2. Okay, guys, so here is hole number 2 for White Cliffs Golf Club. So how we're going to play this one here is we're going to use a ball here with 2 bars of left-hand side spin. And what we're going to do is put it on this first fairway, and I would recommend using the sniper here because it's got our best ball guide. And we're going to use anywhere from 2 to 3 bars of topspin here. I should have used about 2.5 here. Because once you hit the fringe, if you're going a good speed, the fringe will slow you down just that slight amount, as you're going to see here. So just rolling through there, it just slows your ball down just that slight bit. So that's kind of what we're looking for here, is to roll straight through that fairway. But we're going to move on to the text guide here and basically talk all divisions. For rookie, that's also going to be played with a 20% elevation adjustment. As you saw, we had a 1.8 mile an hour wind that I moved just beyond the blue ring there for 20% elevation. So pro will be played with 30%, expert will be played with 40%, and as well as master will be played with 40%. So the red arrow, kind of just like we talked about, is going to be played with the sniper at about mid-distance here, at 20% elevation, with 2 to 3 bars of topspin and 2 bars left side spin, depending on our wind that we have. If we have a headwind, I would go with about 3. If we have a tailwind or so, I would go with about 2. But basically, we have another approach here that we can play it as well, which is the blue arrowed approach. That we can play with 4 to 5 bars of backspin here and 2 bars left side spin, and get it about right at the end of that blue arrow, right where that red dot is on the little panhandle of that fairway. And we're going to basically lay it up and over onto the green there with backspin and get it right towards the pin. Definitely makeable for a hole-in-one, but I would say the red arrowed approach is your best straight ahead, roll into the hole-in-one approach. But it's a pretty simple, straightforward hole-in-one, kind of par 3 here. So good luck with this one, guys, and we're going to move on to our first par 5. Alright, guys, so hole number 3 here, par 5. So basically this one can be played a couple different ways. We can play this one here to the left side. It's going to be played with 10% elevation adjustment here, by the way. But basically we can play this one here to the left side or to the right side here. I would recommend playing this here with either, you can play it with a bar of backspin, but I wouldn't play with a bar of topspin here, and just get it down this right little island fairway. And this is going to be the best setup here for our albatross approach, as you're going to be able to see in the next clip. So basically, get yourself as far as you can down that little fairway there. Set yourself up for a nice second shot. And make a nice approach. It's going to be a 0% elevation adjustment here on the second shot. If you do go to the left side, you're going to find yourself taking an approach right behind that bunker right there to the left. You're going to be right behind that bunker going straight at the pin. It's a little bit more of a tricky shot, but this is pretty straightforward. Basically, about 4.5 bars here of topspin with the sniper, and basically just make your adjustment to where your ball guide is going just shy of the hole, because we are going, we're using quite a bit of topspin, and it is going to come in a little bit hot here, but we come in pretty nice straight at the pin, and it was able to catch that albatross there. So we're going to move on to the text guide now and talk all divisions. But basically here, you can get a nice picture of the left side approach that we were talking about here. Rookie is going to be played with 0% elevation again. Pro is going to be played with 10%. Expert here 10%, and Masters 20%. So basically, play that left side approach if you want to get it over that left bunker. Basically going to be played with full topspin, 2 bars of right side spin, and a half a ball of curl, and get it down that fairway as far as you can, past that little squiggle of fairway, and you'll have a pretty straightforward approach behind that bunker there where that red dot is at the end of the second blue arrow. But I would honestly recommend playing this here to the red arrowed approach on the right hand side, because it is your most straight forward shot at the albatross, and you're definitely going to see some people snagging that albatross. So good luck, guys. Moving on to hole number 4 here, par 3. So basically, we can play this one of two different ways. I just wanted to show you guys that you guys can play this here with the sniper with full backspin here, and some right-hand side spin, maybe a little bit of curl if you wanted to. But basically, we're going to play this off of the first little fairway there, over the water, and beside that bunker here with what ideally I would want to do is play this with either 2 to 3 bars of backspin, depending on how far right to left you want to put your target there and how close you want to get to the bunker. I should have ideally not played that with the curl. I should have played it without the curl, and we would have came a lot straighter in right at the pin there. But basically, just play that with either 2 to 3 bars of right-hand side spin, 10% elevation adjustment there for rookie division. And for the text guide here, basically it's going to be the same way played there for the red arrow. That's how we're going to play it, bounced over the water there with 2 bars top spin to 2 to 3 bars here of right-hand side spin. And then for the blue arrow, that's our over-the-water shot here with the sniper approach. We can use full backspin here. We can use the Guardian on this hole so we can have, a true full backspin at 100%, or, whatever level Guardian you have, up to like 80 or however much that the Guardian has at the beginning. But basically, 2 to 3 bars of right-hand side spin, and however much backspin you want to just get it to really sit down right on that green, so you can put it in nice for a birdie, or hopefully, it rolls back in nice for a hole-in-one. So, pro, 20%, expert here, and master, 30%. This is going to be a little bit of a trickier par 3, but the way you're going to see a lot of people hitting a hole-in-one here is the bounce over the water shot here. So if you can dial that in and get the hole-in-one, good for you. Let's get it. Moving on to hole number 5. Okay, guys, so here we have hole number 5 here, par 5. So basically what we're going to do here is just play this right down the middle of this fairway here. No matter what tee box that you're on, basically from rookie division, this is just going to be played with 0%. You can play this here with 4 bars of topspin if you want to. It'll get you pretty close to the rough line there, but you will be all right. But I was hesitant, so I just decided to play it with 3. Play this, 3 bars, 4 bars of topspin, just right down the middle of the fairway, 0% elevation adjustment, and you should be just fine. I would definitely recommend playing with the big dog as your wood on this hole, because it does give you a fair amount of topspin, almost full topspin here, and you have that long distance. As you're going to be able to see here, I have the sniper, which it has, quite a bit of topspin, but it doesn't really have that distance. So what we're going to do here is play this with full overpower, and we're going to try to get this curled up and onto the green there with about a ball's worth of curl. I'd say about 20%. I was unfortunate here, and I hit this great left. And if you do that, you're going to end up right over here to the left and in the rough. So that's pretty much going to be what hurts a lot of people. They're either going to end up in the bunker there to the right, or they're going to end up in the rough and have to make a rough iron chip right outside of the green like this here. to be able to still snag that eagle, which it's definitely a makeable shot. Pretty easy chip, honestly, right out of the rough and into the hole here. But we do also have a clip here. I had a recording here that was, basically perfect way to play this hole, and it actually had messed up on me. So this was the clip that we had to resort to, but that's all right. But we were able to save the wedge shot here just outside of the green that we did have. But if you do have a nice shot and you don't end up in the rough here, you will be just outside of the green here, just like this, and you should have a fairly nice and easy little wedge shot here right outside of the fringe to the pin. Pretty straightforward. It's going to be one of those holes that you're really not going to see a whole lot of people get an albatross on. I would definitely say you'd have to have some higher level clubs, but definitely snag that eagle. So we're going to move on to the text guide here for hole number 5, par 5. Like we said, rookie division played with 0% elevation. Pro here is going to be played with 10%, as well as expert, and masters is going to be played with 20%. So as you guys know, for each division, it's different tee box, so just compensate here for topspin. 3 bars was from the first tee, so you're probably going to have to use 5 to 6 bars from, pro to expert, and then, about full topspin down the middle fairway there for master. And then we're going to have about roughly the same second shot here with 0% elevation. And like we said, just get that full topspin, that max left side spin here, and then about 20 to 25% left curl here, and overpower, and we're going to basically drive that ball right up there between the rough line there going to the green and that bunker. Just basically try to make sure you hit that perfect shot and you don't end up in the bunker or the rough, and you should be all right. So a little bit of a trickier par 5 here. Just make sure you have that longer distance wood club and you should be all right. So good luck with this one, guys, and we're going to move on to hole number 6. Okay, guys, so we have hole number 6 here, another par 4. So basically, this one can be played to the left side here, or we can curl it over the bunker there, which is a little bit riskier, but definitely, a pretty good way to play this hole if you want a nice short iron shot to the pin with 0% elevation. But basically, this is going to be played here with a 10% elevation adjustment off of our drive here for rookie division, and we're going to play this with 4 to 5 bars of topspin here, and max right hand side spin, and just a little bit of curl. And we can either hit the rough and bounce out, or you will bounce over and hit that fairway and roll down, further towards the green. But basically, you're going to be left with a short thorn or hornet shot here. Whatever your short iron is, a fairly short shot here uphill to the green. So basically, what we can do here is play this with 0 backspin, 0 topspin. We can actually play it with the ball guide just going to the hole if our ball guide is arced high enough. But basically here at this angle, I had to play it with a little bit of backspin because I wasn't far enough down to my left in this clip. But basically, just get it to where it's just going to roll up there and sneak its way into the pin. So basically, moving on to the text guide here, it's pretty much the same concept. Rookie division, again, 10%. Pro, 20% elevation here, and expert and masters divisions is going to be played with 30% elevation. Basically, our second shot here is going to be played with a minus 10% elevation adjustment. Basically, if you have a 1.8, in that clip, I should have moved it to 1.6. So you want to move it basically minus 10% of your elevation adjustment, or of your wind adjustment here. So the blue arrow here is going to be played with full topspin and a little bit of left-hand side spin, about a bar to 2 bars, whatever you feel most comfortable with. You could even use a little bit of curl to the left to compensate, or you can use the red arrowed approach like we just discussed, and we can use about full topspin, 4 to 6 bars here, and 3 bars of right side spin, and about 50% curl, and we can bounce it over that bunker there and get it down that right-hand side fairway and take a nice short iron shot to the pin. Or with the left-hand side, we'll have a long iron to the pin, which is still a pretty decent shot. So that's pretty much going to be the wrap-up here for hole number 6, par 4, and we're going to move on to hole number 7. Okay, guys, so hole number 7 here, another par 3. So basically, this one can be played here with the no-move approach, and basically, you just do not move the target. From where you are first set up, you do not move. And with the sniper here is basically what I'm talking about. You can basically use almost full backspin on your sniper, and use 1.5 bars of right-hand side spin here, and or you can pull it back here like I did and use about 4 bars of backspin and 2 bars of right-hand side spin, and get it to come in right towards the pin. But what we're going to do is use 10% elevation adjustment for rookie division here, 20% for pro, 30% for expert and masters divisions. So basically the red arrowed approach here is the one we were discussing with the sniper, and that's going to be played with 5.5 to 6 bars of backspin and 1.5 bars of right hand side spin. And basically, like I said, that's the no move approach, and you should be very, very close. Just make sure that you adjust for your elevation. And then the blue arrowed approach is just as you've seen in the clip, and that is 4 bars of backspin and 2 bars of right side spin, and just make sure that you get it in the right location to where it will bounce and go straight towards the hole and will roll far enough to get down into the pin. So pretty straightforward par 3, guys. Good luck with this one, and we're going to move on to hole number 8. Alright, so hole number 8 here, par 4. This is the last par 4 that we have. So we can play this one of 2 different ways. Basically, I chose to play this right down the middle here, straight towards the green, with some right-hand side spin, a little bit of curl, and some top spin. We can play it with about 3 to 4 bars of top spin and 2 to 3 bars of right-hand side spin, depending on how much curl we want to use here to the right. But basically, just a 0% elevation adjustment here off of the tee box here for rookie, and just a little bit of curl, and make sure that we bounce over that bunker there in the rough patch and get down that fairway enough curled around to where we don't roll straight and into the rough there. But basically, we can also play that one to the right down that little island patch and take a sniper shot and a wood club to the pin as well. But here, playing it this way, we will have a long iron shot here with 0% elevation here to the hole. You may even find yourself playing this one just a little bit under, as far as like 10% under. But basically just a bar to 2 bars of backspin, depending on how close up you want to move your target. And I would play this one just a hair under, just to be safe. But basically, depending on how far close and how much room you leave yourself for your ball to roll there, you'll just basically want to, use your backspin accordingly. So a good chance at an eagle again here if you can dial in that shot there. It's a pretty nice long iron shot here to the pin. Going to be pretty simple for all divisions here. But basically, like we said here, rookie division 0%. Pro is going to be played with 10%, as well as expert, and master is going to be played with 20%. Masters and expert division are probably going to be played mainly by the blue arrowed approach here, and is going to take a sniper shot to the pin here with about 3 bars of backspin as your second shot here with 0% elevation. But for you guys in Rookie and Pro, a lot of you guys are probably going to be playing the red arrowed approach here with about 4 bars of topspin, 2 to 3 bars of right-hand side spin, and about 20% curl. That amounts to, about 1 ball of curl outside of your target to the right. So basically, that's how that's going to be played. A bar or 2 bars of backspin here for the second shot. It's pretty simple, straightforward. And the blue arrowed approach, like we said, is going to be played with about 3 bars of backspin on the second shot with the sniper. So we're going to move on to our last hole here at hole number 9, and we're going to wrap it up. Alright guys, so hole number 9 here, par 5. This is going to be the wrap up and the final hole here for the Ryder Cup Tournament Guide. So basically this one here is going to be played with a 10% elevation for rookie off the tee box here. Full top spin with your driver, max right side spin here, 2 to 3 bars. You can use 4 if you have it, and basically about 25 to 35, 50% curl. If you use just a little bit more, it's probably not going to hurt you here because this fairway does slope from right to left, so it is going to push you a little bit to the left down towards that rough line. But basically get yourself as far down that hill as you possibly can to set yourself up for a really nice second shot here. And I would definitely recommend using the big dog for this hole, or the sniper with a higher level ball, or if you can get down there as far enough, you can definitely use the sniper as long as you have the distance. But the big dog, definitely make sure that you can get there. Just play it with a couple bars of backspin here and a little bit of curl here towards the hole, so we can get it around there, and some right-hand side spin. And basically bounce it off of this little island patch there over the rough and let it roll itself down towards the pin onto that green. It'll be a decent chance here at an albatross. You'll definitely see some people getting the albatross here on this hole, but if not, definitely don't feel disappointed. It is a harder hole here, so just basically put it in for the eagle, and that's going to be the best way here to play this hole number 9 here, par 5. In my opinion, you can also play this one here to the right hand side in the blue arrow, which some of you guys in expert and masters divisions are going to have to do, and you'll have to make that chip over the little fairway there and over the bunker to the green to make that eagle. So good luck with that. It's going to be a little bit of a trickier hole for some of you guys. But rookie, like we said, is going to be played with 10% elevation. Pro is going to be played with 20%, as well as expert, and masters is going to be played with the 30% elevation off the tee box. So the red arrowed approach, like we talked about, full top spin, max right side spin with whatever ball that you're using here. I would recommend at least a Kingmaker here, or a Titan would be all right if you had to use it. And at least 25% curl, if not all the way up to at least 50%, or at max 50%, I would say. So the blue arrowed approach is going to be played with about 4 bars of top spin to 3 bars of right side spin and about 10% curl, because we don't want to get too far onto that right side little island fairway. We just want to get it down that little patch of fairway as far as we can, and not roll into the rough. So just make sure that we have a clean second shot here. It's going to be a good chance at an albatross, and good luck with this tournament, guys. It's going to be a tough one. Alright guys, well with that being said, this is the wrap up here for the Ryder Cup. I really hope that this guide helped you. Thank you guys so much for being here, especially if you've watched the video this long. Definitely leaves a thumbs up, and please hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for the support and kind words. It has been unreal. Thank you and good luck. JRob from Team NrG out. Keep it real, boys.